Hey Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on two wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sic Em Bears. Welcome back to the Sic Em Podcast, presented by Harley-Davidson of Waco. I'm your host, John Morris. On this week's episode, we're joined by Avery Skinner, a former Baylor volleyball star who's set to suit up for Team USA in this summer's Paris Olympics. Avery, the daughter of Baylor basketball legend Brian Skinner, won the national championship with Kentucky before coming to finish her collegiate career at her father's alma mater. Now, after shining in international play, Skinner is looking to help push Team USA to a second consecutive gold medal. Avery Skinner, welcome into the Sic Em Podcast. Olympian Avery Skinner, thanks for being on with us.
Of course, thanks for having me.
How's that sound? U.S. Olympian Avery Skinner.
It's crazy. It definitely has not sunk in yet, but yeah, super, super exciting. Something I never honestly thought would be put next to my name.
Next step would be Olympic gold medalist Avery Skinner. That'd be great.
Yes.
That's the next step, wouldn't it?
You're right. That's the goal.
Very cool. What's your schedule like right now? Let's let everybody know as we record this podcast. It is June 27th, 1 month to the day from when volleyball begins at the Paris Olympics. So what's going on right now in preparation for the Olympics?
Yeah, so we just finished the Volleyball Nations League tournament, which is a four-stop tournament, and we were in finals week in Thailand. So we all flew home from there, had a 4-day break, and now we're back in Anaheim, and we're going to be training for the next 3 weeks. We'll have some friendly matches against the Netherlands. They're going to come down and play 3 matches against us, which will be good for prep, and then we leave for the Olympics at the end of July.
Wow. Travel. I mean, you're traveling all over the world, aren't you?
Yes.
What's that like? Do you like travel?
I do. I really love traveling. There definitely are pros and cons, and some people are not big fans, but thankfully it's a part of my job and I love it. We really get to go to so many cool places, especially for VNL. All the stops are really great. So it's something I look forward to each summer.
Wow, that's great. You, I know, played internationally a couple of years ago in France. You're in Italy right now, or playing international in Italy, but you were in France a couple of years ago. Do you know your way around Paris? Are you going to be one of the tour guides there?
I do. Paris is one of my favorite cities ever. I have probably been there the most out of all the cities in Europe, just because we played there a lot and then have visited a couple times last season, even in Italy. So I really love it. And yeah, it'll be nice to go back and see familiar things. Very good.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but U.S. women won gold in the Olympics 4 years ago. But that was the first time, you think about USA being just dominant internationally, but in volleyball, that hadn't exactly been the case. But you did win gold last time, so trying to repeat this year.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was the first time in 30 years USA women's volleyball had won gold. So it is definitely a goal for us to repeat. It's not going to be easy by any means, but yeah, that's the goal walking in.
Good. How do you feel about the makeup of the team?
I feel great. We say this all the time, but we know that we have the pieces to be successful. And this group we have 3 new people and the rest were Olympians in the last Olympics. So we kind of have a mix of veterans and people who are seasoned. We have 4-time Olympians, and then the 3 of us are first time. So we have a good group, a good amount of girls who have had a lot of overseas experience. And so, yeah, I'm really confident walking in. We are going to be able to take care of business.
Gotcha. So you're one of the, younger ones, one of the newcomers really to the Olympic roster. How's that been for you fitting in?
Yeah, honestly, it's been great. The girls have been amazing. Last summer was my first summer kind of with the senior national team. And so that was a period where I was kind of figuring out what my role was, where my place was, getting to know the girls that I had watched play for years. But now being a part of the team, just kind of how those relationships shift. But this year, I mean, it's been, I know I belong, I have my role, and I really love every single one of the girls. And that's such an important piece because it is a team sport. So yeah, it's really great.
Has this been a goal of yours for some time, being part of the U.S. Olympic team?
To be honest, no. I remember watching the Olympics growing up and kind of just not knowing what it took to get to that point and thinking it was cool, but that wasn't necessarily an aspiration of mine. But kind of as the years went on, I had some really key people in my life just tell me, "Hey, this is something you could do," and that's kind of what started the spark of even just the belief that it was possible. And I wouldn't say that I was working towards that, but I feel like one day I kind of looked up and it was like, wow, I had this great opportunity and have just continued to walk through those doors.
Man, that is so great. Great collegiate career, national championship at the University of Kentucky, your grad season here at Baylor. As you look back at your the collegiate portion of your career, what stands out most to you?
Man, I mean, I grew so much from freshman Avery to grad student Avery. All the people, honestly, at Kentucky and Baylor both were so amazing in just shaping the athlete, but the human that I am and I've become, and I'm so grateful to them. I feel like I mean, I know I did not have the typical trajectory of maybe being a four-time All-American or being successful my whole career. I started my freshman year. I didn't play my sophomore and junior year, and that looks different than a lot of girls. And so I've had kind of a different path, but I'm so grateful for it. And I feel like that's what I look back on. And I feel like is a part of why I've been able to do what I've done is I've seen both sides of being successful, not being successful, and having to work to get to that point.
Yeah. What was that? Was that a knee injury? Is that right? Your sophomore year?
Kind of,
Yeah.
yes. I did kind of have a setback in preseason, but yeah, that was a 2-year period where I really wasn't playing much and ended up coming back and playing my senior year. That was the year that we won. But yeah, I was only a starter for 3 years out of my 5-year college
Yeah.
career.
I got you. Well, it was great to have you here at Baylor. For your grad student year, and you've had some international experience also. The 2022 Pan Am Cup, won the championship there. Was that your first taste of real international experience?
It was. I did some collegiate national team events whenever I was younger. My freshman year of college, we went to Croatia and played some. But I wouldn't say I did a ton at that period. I really got my true first experience with the national team in the Pan Am Cup, and that was in 2021.
Gotcha. Oh,
Yeah.
2021. Thanks for that.
2022, 2021, 22 and 2 season.
Gotcha. Okay. And so, what's the difference in volleyball collegiately compared to international competition? Anything you can put your finger on?
Oh yeah, there's
Oh,
so
yeah.
many. Yeah, there's so many, which I'm excited because we have professional leagues coming to America. So I think it's going to kind of help bridge that gap between the pro and the collegiate. Just style of play is very different. I would say, of course, the speed of the game gets faster as you go on. The physicality. I would say one of the biggest differences is the opposites. In the collegiate game, opposites really aren't playing as big of a role. It's more of the outside position, but overseas there are a couple girls who, I mean, the physicality is mind blowing, and I mean, I have so much respect for all of them because it's we don't see that in America.
Yeah.
But it makes it really fun to play against.
Wow, that is so great, and you're right there. I mean, you're part of that, so that's pretty cool. So, if professional volleyball is coming to the United States, would that be something for you maybe in the future?
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be the first year coming up for Love Volleyball, and there are a lot of national team girls playing in it. And yeah, it's so exciting. I'm still enjoying playing overseas, so I'm doing that for now, but I definitely do see that in my future.
Are you committed to help me pronounce it? Chieri in the Italian league.
Chieti, yes,
Chieri,
close,
thank
yes.
you. Are you
But yes,
committed to them for another year?
I played there last season and I re-signed, so I'll be there again this upcoming season.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. You speak Italian? Are you pretty good at Italian?
Ooh, I do not speak Italian. Yeah, I understand some, but no, I first season really didn't get too far in the pronunciation and the production of it.
You're ahead of me. You can pronounce the city, so that's good.
Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on two wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sic Em Bears.
Beyond dance when you were younger, if you were in tap dance, you were in ballet, beyond that, then you got into volleyball. Were you ever basketball? I mean, given that your dad was a great basketball player here and professionally, were you ever in basketball or was it all volleyball?
So growing up, our parents made us play pretty much every sport because they wanted us to know what we liked, what we didn't like, and for us to never be able to say, you didn't let me try this. So
Right.
we tried everything. I did try basketball. It was co-ed. I was the only girl. I never got the ball. It was not a fun experience. And then after, even whenever I was playing, my dad was like, maybe let's choose a different sport. So chose volleyball, and yeah, I've stuck with it ever since.
That's a great story. Uh, your dad, of course, Brian Skinner, Temple High School, Baylor, 14 years in the pros. And now with you and Maddie, he's turned into a volleyball dad, hadn't he?
Yes, he's definitely very involved. We have a younger sister too who plays. So yeah, he can't get away from it.
That's really cool. How about Maddie being named the Big 12 Female Athlete of the Year yesterday?
I know. Yeah, it's super awesome. She, I mean, has just taken off and it's really cool to see her be successful and kind of create her own path. So yeah, I'm really, really proud of her.
Good. How much have y'all played together on the same teams through the years?
Yeah, so we overlapped 1 year in high school. So we played together there. We played 1 year together at Kentucky. And then we actually played together for week one of the VNL tournament this summer with the national team, which was a lot of fun. It had been a little bit since we played together. So that
Yeah.
was really great.
Man, that's fun. That's got to be great. Maybe it'll come full circle and professionally y'all can get together and play together again.
I'm working on it.
That's good. Do you know, or when did you learn about your dad's, kind of his athletic prowess? Was it pretty
Well,
young?
yes, but honestly, I think people would ask us as kids, like, "Oh, what does your dad do?" And we're just like, "Oh, he plays in the NBA." And they're like, "What?" It was, and we just kind of thought nothing of it,
Right.
honestly. And when it's a part of your life, it's a little bit different. So I don't think we really realized what he was doing actively until we were a little bit older. But yeah, we had an up close and personal view of the lifestyle and his what he was doing, and it was cool. And reflecting back, just to see what he was able to accomplish.
That's great. That's pretty cool. Well, was here doing the games when your dad was playing here, and I remember him at Temple High School, before that. So that's been great to watch that career arc with him. And now the next stage, next level is you and Maddie. So that's been really fun. With the Olympics coming up, we started talking about that. Do you get a patriotic pang, when you think about the Olympics and representing the United States and wearing USA on your chest? How does that strike you?
I mean, it's amazing to be able to not only represent my country now in these international tournaments that we're doing, but especially at the Olympics where it is the best of the best from every single country. To be a part of that, I mean, it's such an honor, and I'm really excited to be able to wear the USA across my chest and represent something that is, I mean, it's a part of me. So yeah,
Hmm.
it really means a lot.
Good. Do you think about what it would be like to, be up on the victory stand and they give you a gold medal and they play the national anthem? Do you let yourself go there?
Honestly, I haven't been there yet, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna get there for sure. There's a lot of visualization I can do, and just putting yourself in that spot, and that's what we want walking in, and we've seen it's possible. So yeah, I would love to have that happen.
Is Team USA the team to beat, or who internationally are the powers in women's volleyball?
And so right now we're actually ranked 5th in the world.
Okay.
Brazil is currently number 1, and Poland, Turkey. I mean, uh, it's going to be a really tough tournament this year, and it's great. Every year it's getting more competitive. And we'll be playing Serbia, China, and France in our pool for pool play at the Olympics. So yeah, every game you have to bring it because I mean, yeah, it's the best of the best.
Yeah. Do y'all feel good? Everybody healthy? You think preparations are right on track?
Yes, it's really honestly nice that we had this VNL tournament because it kind of gives us time to work out the kinks and work through different lineups and just put ourselves in every possible situation before getting to the Olympics. So it's been really nice to have that competition preparation, but also we have, I mean, our gym, the level is so high just in practices. And so that really preparation is awesome. And so we really can play at the highest level every day. And yeah, we're really going to be in the gym grinding for these next 3 weeks because yeah, we need to come in and we're going to be ready.
Good. Is it volleyball 24/7, or you got some time away, or you got to have some downtime, right?
We do, yeah. Typically, we train the first half of the day, so morning to around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock ish, and then we have the rest of the day free. So that is nice. Of course, being in California, the weather's great, so it's good to kind of get outside in the afternoons and decompress after practice.
Very cool. Is there, so you're in California, is there some kind of send off for the team, or is it more just you get over there and then everything hits when you get to Paris?
That is a good question. I'm not sure. We don't have a ton of details yet.
Okay.
Things are kind of still evolving with tickets, and we actually just got the pools and the schedule. So yeah, I would maybe guess that there will be something, and of course there will be a lot once we get there. But yeah, we'll probably find out soon.
Good. And you'll have family there in Paris to watch?
I will. Yeah. I honestly was shocked at how many people were coming, but so grateful that I'm going to have a decent sized group, honestly, there. Coaches, family, friends. It's going to be really neat to see everybody there.
Nice. Team Skinner. That'll be great.
Yes.
That'll be fun. Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. And
Of course.
know that we here in Waco and we here at Baylor are pulling for you because you're a Baylor Bear, and we want you to win a gold medal and represent Baylor and represent the USA so very well. Thanks for being with us, and good luck and enjoy the Olympics.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks again for joining us on the Sic Em Podcast, presented by Harley-Davidson of Waco, a Sport and Story production. If you enjoyed this conversation with Olympian Avery Skinner, head over to BaylorPlus.com or the official Baylor Athletics YouTube channel, where you can watch the premium video version of this podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcast, leave a review, and tell your friends about us. I'm your host, John Morris, and I hope you'll join us next week on another edition of the Sic Em Podcast.